Hey there. Did you see today's lunch? It went pretty well, I think. It was at least really good fun for me. And I want to start out by giving a shout out to all the people who supported. So I think I got 17 or 18 upvotes on the project, which I think is really cool. This is my first launch, and you have a look at the actual launch page here. Right, so let's have a look. Fast coach. Go. Right. Got 17 upvotes. And ended up, or we are on place 26. This can still change. Like, we can still go up and we can go down, but what we can see is there's one person we can beat here with a single vote. So we just need a single vote and we'll get up on place 25. But then we need another 9 votes to get to the next one. And I think with the amount of traction we've had today, that's probably not going to be possible. But now let's have a look at how long the list actually is, because the absolute last place here is place, where is it? Place 648, right? So we landed on place 25 out of 648. That's pretty good. It's my first launch. I've never done this before. And that brings me, well, what does that bring me? At least in the top 10%, I think even in the top 5%. Let me just quickly do that one. Yeah, the top 3.8% or top 3.9%. That's top 5%. I'll settle for that. That's a great first launch. Yes, it didn't become the product of the day, but there is a lot of competition, and some of these other ones are executed really well by teams who know what they're doing, unlike me, who's just trying stuff. Keep in mind, I got this idea last Thursday, and we've gone from building out the whole idea to actually having a working prototype. Well, more than a working prototype, we have a working product. And with that working product, I've managed to build out the landing page, the shipping of all of it. You can go on the web page right now, make the order, download the program, install it, and it's a pretty nice quality app. So I think if we go back here, let's have a look at some stuff. Pick up a empty desktop here and just have a look at the applications. So you see, unlike a lot of the other things that are being shipped fast, this one should be relatively small in size. And so you see, 28 megabytes. That's the size of this program. This is not your typical size for I'm going to code this really, really fast. So you would normally have to use Swift or something like that to get to that level of smallness. Whereas many people who ship fast will fall back to using Electron and all of that. Also, we've written the whole thing in Rust using AI. I've not seen a single line of code, but I've tested it really thoroughly, so I know that this works. And I've been really spending a lot of time working out the little details of how we do the different things. But again, we're doing this with AI and best principles kind of manner. And yeah, it's been a great learning experience. Right. But this brings me to the next thing. Right, so if we go back up here and we just search here, there is a program here right next to it that I think is really interesting, right? So this one, stop typing, start speaking 4x faster. Whisper Flow, you might have heard of it. So let's see, we go, where's the pricing? 12 euros per user per month. Super expensive. Like, that's $150 a year. So I think The next product we're going to make is we're going to make a budget version of Whisperflow that runs locally on your machine. And I think we should go for shipping this next Friday. How about that? That seems reasonable to me. Yeah, I think that will definitely be the plan here. So we're shipping that next Friday. And now we have the knowledge from this time, so we know what to do and how to do it. And I can only imagine this will go better. So, plus, unlike last time, I have a whole bunch of coaches here who can help me out. And if we take let's just pull up Jack and then ask him. Okay, let's see what he says about that. I think one of the things we want to do this time is we probably want to spend more time working out where our customers are. Like, it was great that we got all. Oh, yeah. So he starts out with focus on marketing. Marketing is your best friend here. We're going to do live video casts every day on this. And that will be part of our marketing. Besides that, I'm doing the ship or die marketing challenge right now. So we're definitely going to lean into that as well. So I did get some feedback on what works on my TikTok account. So if I go here and I go on TikTok, you'll see I now have we go here. So I didn't manage to figure out how to set up a new TikTok account, but you'll see this one only has like 170. This one has 800. And then the learning material only gets like 300 views every time. So I think more material like this, where we are talking and doing funny little things around the learning content, I think that's the way to go. That seems to get much higher traction on TikTok. Whether that's also the case on YouTube, we need to work that out. So if I go to YouTube, you'll see we are streaming live on this right now. And so if we go to this one, and we go to our content, this is our launch video from today. If you haven't seen it, go and see it because it was really good fun making it. Right, so if we go to the shorts here, you'll see generally the learning content here does quite well. And so mostly people are liking this. And I think we're probably just going to keep on going with that. So I have a ton of learning content coming in. Then I'm running 2 Instagram channels, which one is one that is freshly warmed up, where I'm shipping content, and the other one is my old one. And I'm having a real problem getting Instagram to grow at all. I don't feel like my content is actually being seen. I have 47 subscribers on that. Well, honestly, like none of my audience is all that big at this point. But the thing is, it feels like Instagram is just going nowhere. I can see steady growth on YouTube. I can see steady growth on TikTok, but Instagram feels like a bit of a disaster. Okay, so I think he's completely right about this. Yeah, and this is exactly what we want. Right. I've been super lucky today, so I have some good communities I'm part of that's supporting me in all of the stuff that I'm building here, and I'm so grateful for you guys. In particular, the guy named Dan, who is in my eyes, top builder, who's been really, really supportive of my launch. I'm really happy with that. But also, we have all of the people from the Ship or Die community who has been backing up and just clapping for what I'm doing. I'm so thankful, guys. And I think what we really need to do is figure out how to get to these people faster. And then let's see what's the social media promotion. Is this like paid? Okay, cool. Think about how. Let's see. Think about how you can provide value beyond the app's core functionality. That is tutorials, tips, community aspects, engaging content that draw. So I think this is actually a thing we can do with this app, right? We can start extracting these creators' knowledge, make them into playbooks about how you do specific aspects, and just use that to create extra content and keep on promoting Fast Coach such that people can use that. But as a way to do that, we're going to try to build out some guides for how do you promote your app and the general workflows that the different creators are making. Maybe we could even get something where we get the different creators to provide their aspect on a certain topic and then create like the super guide for it. Yeah, so I think this is the one thing I really nailed in today's launch. If you download Fast Coach and you actually buy it, the onboarding is super easy. You add your license key, you add your OpenAI key, and then you put in your YouTube channel and you have your first coach. That being said, I don't have any data on that, so there's still room for improvement. Iterate and improve. Don't wait for perfection before launching. Ship something usable and valuable, then iterate on user feedback. This approach has helped me a lot. It's all about learning and adapting as you go. And I think this is right. This is exactly why we want to ship next Friday again. Because the whole idea for me here is I am going to ship every week just something. I need to ship something every week just to get the learnings, just to get the momentum, just to get those reps in. And then use this as a vehicle to basically build my audience around whatever works. Okay, social, let's go back here and see. So he writes here, social media promotion can be a mix of a few things and doesn't necessarily mean paid ads. It's about getting your app in front of people through engaging content on platforms like Instagram, TikTok, or whatever your audience is. Here's how it can go down. Organic content. Create posts, videos, stories. Wait, where do we go? This is about creating posts, videos, stories that resonates with your audience. Think of content that showcases your app's features, user testimonials, or even behind the scenes development. Right. So this is what we're planning on doing anyway. So we're going to go into the behind the scenes on Fast Coach, because this ties into the product that I'm building called Compound Coders, where you learn how to build apps super fast using AI, using techniques where you can rely on what's being built. And then I think another aspect is we'll take We'll take fast code and we'll generate some content using that people can get. So you get extra value that you otherwise wouldn't get easily. Engagement. Interacting with your audience is key. Comment, reply, and engage with users to build community around your app. When I started engaging more, Instagram thought I was a real human and pushed my content out more. It's actually interesting because I know this is true for X, and I am engaging a lot on X, but I haven't really engaged on Instagram, and probably I should do that more. Cool. Influencer collaboration. Sometimes teaming up with influencers can give your app a boost. I once partnered with somebody who had a large Instagram page and paid them for a marketing campaign. It's a way to reach large audience through someone else's platform. Paid ads. Of course, this is a part this is part of the mix. You can run targeted ad campaigns, blah blah blah. Yeah, okay. It's not about throwing money at ads, it's about creating presence and engagement with your audience that feels very genuine. Yeah, I think this is also what my conclusion has been. So lots of good stuff. Okay. Let's ask now. Okay, I think this bit here is probably the bit that we want to attack first. I think let's try to bring in somebody else. Let's try to bring in. So let's just go back here and copy this first message. Oh, see, I need to make that a little bit more friendly. Cool. Let's see what Peter has to say about that. Okay, so more affordable price is definitely a feature. Because we're going to make this local compute. Local or pay as you go. Think about what box you're about. Picture and dictation apps. I think the thing that bugs me the most is that I pay for usage that I don't actually use. So when you're paying that subscription fee, you are paying for things that you're paying for usage that you basically don't use, and that really bothers me. Start with a small niche. Okay. Let's see. Did he talk about niches? Creating a no, so he's oh wait. He's all about the design here. Okay. Let's see. Okay, step 2. Interesting. I hadn't thought of TikTok as a place to find communities. In my head, this is a place where everything is just going fast, fast, fast. Okay. So it really seems that the key bit here is engagement, right? It's now repeated by Peter here as well. So that is quite useful. I think, no, I don't have him here. It just, so there is another person I would love to interview about this. Unfortunately, I left Noah on my other computer. So I will just have to retrain him. So I'm just going to add Noah here. Okay, and then maybe we could find a text editor over here. And we're just going to write down our action points. So 1, engagement on social media platforms. I actually wonder, maybe I could make a tool around this, right? So I've made a tool now around getting people's knowledge out of their head. But what if I made a tool that would help me engage, not write the content for me, because I want the engagement to be genuine. But what I really don't like is I don't like sitting and spending 3 hours reading on Reddit just to figure out that there's nothing in that thread for me. It's pretty much the same principle as the knowledge here, where we're learning from people who have already done it. What I really want is a tool that helps me just point out when there is a post that I really should be paying attention to. I think that might work. Maybe that's really the tool that I should be shipping next week. Something that, just a Chrome extension for one platform that allows me to browse Reddit, maybe, or TikTok. Maybe I should do TikTok. Browse TikTok and engage with people who would be interesting to engage with. Let's write that down. This makes me think a little bit about his name again, Tony Dean. He made this plugin. I think it was called blackmagic.so. So make something for finding posts to engage with on social media. This is actually it's an interesting pattern I've noticed. A lot of the people who became really big entrepreneurs in the indie hacker space are the ones who have been working on social media applications. So you have what's his name again? Rob something, who has done SuperX. Then you have Jack, who has done another social media app for scheduling posts. You have somebody like Tony, who has done blackmagic.so. So that's actually an interesting pattern. Maybe this would be more productive in terms of becoming successful than making a Whisperflow competitor. Let's see. Don't think that Tony has a Oh, he does have a. Oh no, this is somebody else. Yeah. There he is, but he doesn't have a lot of content. And most of it is super old. So this is Snapper. Funny, I think this might even be the precursor to Black Magic. Oh, anyway. Okay. That was an aside. Let's get back here. Let's just get another one here. Oh wait, I could actually. I could make an app that engages and then has an AI that helps generate posts. But unlike all the other ones out there, I could use the technology from my fast coach to create a response that actually sounds like you and which is based on your knowledge. That might be interesting. Right. So he thinks that I'm going to completely automate it. Thinking of a Yeah, I was thinking of starting an X2. Oh, really? Curious what this is. How funny. Holy crap. I can basically reuse a lot of Jack's copy here because it's not too different. It's slightly different to what he's doing, It's still. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so that's definitely him. So he also built the tool post bridge. Funny. Okay. Absolutely. We need the human touch. Okay, let's do this. Absolutely. We need the human touch. Cool. But I also want to stand out from what he has been doing here. Find what you love by browsing. Actually, let's try to. Oh, this is. What is this? It needs to run on an app. It doesn't run in your browser. Hmm. Cool. So these are all. Okay, very interesting. Let's see. So we need the human touch. I need to focus a bit here because this is getting very hard to focus on. Okay. Yeah, this sounds good. We're just going to copy this. Let me see. Noah is still building. Let's ask Pete about this. Well, we already know from Jack that there was this tool called Curiosity Quince, which has 30,000 users. It's actually a pretty big success rate. And it's not about you. Social media is addictive. But I think this is slightly different though. So Curiosity Quench is about taking control, being mindful about what you're doing. Whereas what we're doing is basically creating some. Let's just try to run this through Codex and see what Codex finds in this. Just to see what. So I've just asked Codex in the background to find competitors in this. And so this is interesting. Peter's idea is that we should not even build something if it's not working or if nobody's willing to pay for it. In this case, though, I'm building it for myself. Like, this is something that I want to use. I want to be able to go through. I want to be able to go through X and just crush it completely there, engage with everybody everywhere all the time, and I want to find all the good content and leave out all the noise because there's so much noise in X. Funny. Peter comes with the same thing. Don't take away the human touch. I wonder if this is a genuine thing from these two creators or whether this is an artifact of the underlying AI. Right. And so Codex actually found Black Magic to be one of the competitors, which makes sense because this was kind of the ones that I thought would be a competitor. So your stronger differentiator would be AI feed trans. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I like this angle. It's about engaging better. Okay, so let's do this. This is probably one of the toughest questions because this is the main reason why nobody or why a lot of people never get started. Okay, that's not a bad idea. Nice. And Noah is ready now. Voice and interest. That will be the key to. Okay, could you please add that? I need that voice thing there because this is going too slow. You have the best extension out there. Okay, I think this is cool. I like this. Now we have a new coach. Noah just got in. Let's ask him. Okay. I think we need to take a step way back here. Cool. I basically don't have an audience right now. I am that hungry to get one. A story. Cool. Okay, let's go back to our notebook here. So we have the. We're going to remove that again. So it's clear that this week social media engagement. This is what we're going to. This is all we're going to do this week. And here's the project description. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's see. So here's the plan. I really need to add a copy button to this. Okay, let's ask Jack what he thinks of this. Okay, cool. So we're sticking with that. Let's ask Mark what he thinks. Okay, so this seems to be across the field that everybody that I'm speaking to me thinks that engaging and interacting is absolute key. Share personal stories. People love authenticity. Clear call to action, absolutely. Okay, cool. What is Sinvo? Ah, invoice. Okay, cool. So, okay, $69, that's the price. Okay. I think we are... Okay, while Mark is finishing this, I think we're done. We have a mission for the next week to execute, and I think this is going to be absolutely amazing. So I'm very, very curious how this is going to pan out. But I think we are well on our way to making this a great thing. So all we need to do now is get the names, secure the domain, commit to the launch, set up the landing page. The landing page will be done by this evening, I think. I can't wait to get started on this. So I think this has been great. I wonder why is this taking so long? There might be a bug in the program. Anyway, I think we're going to stop the streaming for here. We have been on for more than an hour, and we've gotten through some really great stuff on how to actually brainstorm your next idea for what you're going to build. All right. Until next time, take care.